Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Daily Dose. I'm excited. I've got something I want to share with you, and I'm going to have to condense this down because this is about a 30-minute training that I've done in the past, and it's material that I took from a training that I attended many, many years ago with a gentleman who was, at the time, the co-founder and president of a company that I was working with. And this guy is just simply amazing. He's one of the finest human beings I've ever had a chance to know. He is just an amazing guy and has an incredible insight and wisdom. And he shared some of that wisdom with myself and a group of leaders at a leadership training on a Friday morning. This has been about 6 or 7 years ago. And what he trained on was something called the 5 realities of life. And he said these are 5 realities of life and they will not change. And so I took copious notes on this. And I've done trainings over the years on this, but I thought it'd be a great refresher. And if you've never heard the 5 realities, I'll point you towards thedailydoseonline.com, and if you look in the archives and you look it up, there's an audio of the full-length 30-minute 5 realities training, and you can go there and you can listen to the full 30-minute training of mine going through the 5 realities. But I'll give you the Reader's Digest version now. There's 5 realities that you're going to have to live with in your life, and they won't change, and they're not going to go away. And to the degree to which you can comprehend these realities, wrap your mind around them, accept them as truth, then you will find yourself succeeding to a far greater degree because you won't be caught off guard by the things that you didn't know existed. And reality number 1 is that our daily decisions determine our success and our failure in everything. Your daily decisions. See, so many of us think it's all about the big decisions, right? Whether to go get married or whether to buy the house. But really, at the end of the day, it's about your daily decisions. It's about whether or not to put 2 scoops of sugar on the Cheerios. It's about whether to have a Coca-Cola or a water with your lunch. It's about whether to say I love you to your wife before she goes to bed at night. It's about whether to calmly reprimand your children or to scream at them because it's easier and more reflexive. It's your daily decisions that determine your outcome. And here's the reality. See, we can choose our actions. We can choose our actions, but the consequences of those actions, those are determined. Those can't be changed. Isn't that fascinating? See, I used to go through my life thinking that all these things were happening to me that were outside of my control. But if we learn to accept complete and total responsibility for who we are, what we are, and where we are, if we understand that we're who we are, what we are, and where we are because of decisions we have made, then now we find ourselves empowered to make different decisions. Because you see, the decisions that you make are yours to make. You can choose whatever path you like, but the consequences of your decisions, now those are fixed, you see, and we must all live with them. And as soon as you can accept complete and total responsibility for who you are and what you are and where you are, then here's the beautiful news. You're now empowered to make different decisions. You can choose to go in a different direction. You can take your life anywhere you want it to go. Reality number 1 is your success and your failure and everything is determined by your daily decisions. Reality number 2, most people never get to where they want to go. Most people will never get there. Most people have dreams and aspirations and goals and ideas, but they never achieve the top. Do you know why they never get there? The number 1 reason they never get there is because they never even try. They never even start. They don't even begin. And here's the reason why they don't begin. Because they don't believe in their heart that they can do it. You see, if I asked you to run around the block 3 times and I gave you $1,000, no problem. You take off right now in your business shoes, right? But if I told you to run from here to Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, and I'd give you $1,000, most of you wouldn't even strap your shoes on, right? Because it's too far, and you already know in your heart you could never run from here to Dallas, Texas without stopping, right? Well, the same is true for most people. They make these dreams, they have these dreams and these goals and these aspirations, they verbalize them, but they never really believe that it's going to happen for them. And so because they never really believe, they never take the first steps, and they never even begin down the path of achieving their goals and dreams. Here's reality number 3. You move toward what you focus on. Do you hear that? You move toward what you focus on. I love what Mr. Provenzano says here. He says, whatever has your attention has your energy and your focus. See, Attention goes where energy flows, and energy flows where attention goes, right? That whatever it is you're thinking about, focusing on, whatever is in your mind is going to have your attention. It's going to have your effort. It's going to have your forward momentum. Whatever you apply energy to is going to grow and expand. So whatever has your focus, whatever has your attention, it also has your energy, and thereby it will grow and it will expand. So if you're focused on debt, expect more debt because it's coming. If you're focused on fighting with your spouse, you can expect more arguments with your spouse because whatever it is you're focused on, you're giving energy to, and it's going to grow and it's going to expand. So here's the lesson. Focus on what you want. Focus on what you want to see manifest in your life. Spend time daydreaming about and fantasizing about and creating in your mind pictures of the way you want your life to work, not the way you perceive it to be now, and certainly not fears of what you think may happen that, of course, are never going to come about anyway, because you see, fear and faith are both now decisions to believe in something that hasn't occurred yet. Faith is a decision to believe in something fantastic for yourself that hasn't occurred yet. Fear is the choice to believe in something devastating to you that hasn't occurred yet. And the reality is that most of the things we fear, that we fret, that we worry about are never going to come to fruition anyway. 95% of what you worry about is never going to come to pass. So worrying, fretting, is nothing more than paying interest on a loan that may never come due. Focus on what you want. Reality number 4, most people don't want you to go where you want to go. Most people don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to win big. And it's not that they're malicious. It's not that they're evil. It's just human nature. You've heard the crabs in the pot philosophy, right? As some folks, you know, if you take a pot of live crabs and you throw them into a boiling pot to cook them, and you throw one in on top, if one tries to climb out, the others will literally grab him and pull him back in. And if he continues to fight hard enough, they'll eventually kill him. Because, you see, it's just human nature. Why do they tell lifeguards, you know, never try to save a drowning person without a life buoy or without a life raft, without a flotation device? Why do they tell untrained people never try to save a drowning person? Because they'll take you down with them. At least not with your bare hands, right? If you got a flotation device, by all means, do that, right? But they say don't swim out to a drowning person and try to wrap them up and bring them up because they'll take you down with them. Because, you see, it's just human nature. They're not malicious. They're not evil. It's just the way it is. Don't allow other people's lack of focus to become your lack of focus. Someone else's inability to concentrate and focus should not be yours. Listen, you're going to go through 3 phases on your way to greatness and whatever it is you desire. 1 is going to be ridicule. 2 is going to be violent opposition. And 3rd, and lastly, it will become self-evident what you've created. But you must go through the first 2 first. I love this one. Mr. Provenzano says, God has not called you to live your life at a lower level to make other people happy. Woo! We could just end it right there. That could just be it, right? Figure out who or what is robbing you of your focus and get rid of it. If there are people in your life that are robbing you of your focus, you must leave those relationships behind. It doesn't mean that you can't love them. But some folks are just going to have to be left behind. You've got to figure out what is it that is robbing you of your focus and get it out of your life. Get it out of your life. You can't afford to keep it any longer. Lastly, is most people never commit 100% to anything. And do you know why that is? Because they've never made a decision about what they really want. And what does committing 100% to something really do for you? The answer is everything. You see, most people never really commit. You hear people talk all the time about, oh, I need to have balance in my life. Guys, there's no such thing as balance. There's no such thing as balance. It's a life of seasons. It's a life of giving 100% commitment to something. And then maybe down the road something else, and then maybe something else. Life is a progression of seasons. There's a season of work and toil and planting, and then there's a season of harvest. But the farmer doesn't have balance during harvest season? Do you think he's out bowling? No. Do you think his children even see him? Probably not. There's a period there of 6 weeks or so where the farmer literally works 18, 20 hours a day. It's called harvest season, and he has no other choice but to do that, because life is not about balance. Life is about commitment. Life is about passion. Life is about giving 100% of what you got to whatever it is you're pursuing. And when you do that, here's what happens. You inspire people. You inspire the world, and you will attract everything in your life that needs to be attracted for you to fulfill whatever it is you're pursuing. Get 100% committed, and all of the doors open, and the world will open up for you. And when you get into your mind and get your head around the fact that, number one, your success will be determined by your daily decisions. Number two, most people never get to where they want to go. Number three, you get more of what you focus on. Number four, most people don't want you to succeed. And number five, most people never commit 100% to anything. And that's why most people are average. And average is not for you. When you can get these concepts wrapped around your head, man, when you can get your head on these, oh man, the world is going to open up for you. Take this knowledge, write it down, take notes, go out there today. You know what to do. Make it a great day.